Hello everyone, welcome to Abhith Siksha. This is class 9 social science and here we are with the lecture number 2 of the MCQ series. Aru aji ami kuntu chapter upon MCQs korim growth of Indian nationalism. So let's begin. First question to dia ase, whom did the rebels want to make their actual ruler? Monot ase ne British hokol initially Indiat kyo hisil to establish trade relations, right? Trade purposes loi teolok Indian ahisil, but then gradually the downfall of the Mughal empire paved the way for them to establish the political rule in India, right? Mughal empire downfall hoy ohar loge loge British hokole he chance to loi teoloke India political rule establish kora start korile, and the battle of Plassey and the death or the defeat of Siraj-ud-Dowla, the Nawab of Bengal, marked the beginning of British political rule in India, marked the beginning of the British political rule in India. Tare 100 years pisot battle of Plassey hoisil 1757, right? Jod Nawab of Bengal Siraj-ud-Dowla defeat hoisil. Tare 100 years pisot hoisile the revolt of 1857 ba Sepoy mutiny. That rebels hokole he mutiny to time ba revolt or time they wanted to defeat the British Empire. They revolted against the British administration, against the British Empire. Aru teoloke Bahadur Shah Zafar II, Bahadur Shah Zafar II dog they wanted to establish as their actual ruler. All right, next, according to which act the British Parliament provided for an annual expenditure of rupees 1 lakh. So now the British wanted to establish and spread Western education in India. They wanted to establish and also spread Western education in India. Motive to ki asil? To create a class of loyal Indians, to create a class of humble Indians that would always remain faithful to the British and that would help the British in carrying out the administration in the country. Right? Teoloke Western education introduce korile aru he Western educational syllabusot kisuman Western thinkers or radical ideas, liberal ideas include korile, right? Teolokor initially motive to asil to create a class of Indians that would remain humble, that would remain faithful to the British, but teoloke ki create korile a class of Indians who were awakened, who were deeply inspired by these liberal and radical ideas of the Western thinkers, as a result of which their spirit of nationalistic consciousness, their feeling of patriotism was awakened. So kuntu actor mote the British Parliament provided for an annual expenditure of rupees 1 lakh by the Charter Act of 1813. All right, by the Charter Act of 1813. Next, who presented the first comprehensive plan for the spread of modern system of education in India? Sir Charles Wood. Sir Charles Wood koisile ki ami itia modern system of ami a comprehensive plan introduce koribo lagibo, modern system of education introduce koribo lagibo India. So e je 10+2 je class 10, then ami higher secondary pohu, right? Then college at jao. A system to Sir Charles Wood introduce korisil. Okay, tekhete etu koisil ki we will offer scholarships to the students who were merit. Okay, june ami merit basisot students hokolok scholarships to provide korim, right? So ami primary, secondary and then higher level of education enike divide korim aru ami scholarships offer korim. Okay, kune koisile? Sir Charles Wood koisile. Next, name a few Western political thinkers whose radical ideas awakened the people of India, right? So moi olop agote koisilo Western political thinkers kisumaner radical ideas include kora hoisil syllabusot kun hoy baru? Voltaire hoy, Rousseau hoy, right? John Locke hoy, Mill hoy, Bentham hoy, eniko kisuman Western political thinkers. Next, when was the Grand Trunk Road constructed? So British hokole they also focused on the development of transport and communication in India. Why? Because they wanted to make sure to facilitate the smooth functioning of the they wanted to make sure that they do not get any burden, any barrier while performing the administrative system across the country, right? So raw materials import export koribolo, raw materials ekhon jagar pora an edukhor jagat pothiabor karone ba weaponry eta jagar pora an eta jagat pothiabor karone, right? Ba British officers hokole hok eta jagar pora an eta jagaloi easily travel koribor karone. So he administration to smoothly carry out koribor babe teoluke transport and communication or oporto focus কৰিছিল. So Grand Trunk Road কেতিয়া কনস্ট্রাক্ট কৰা হৈছিলে 1839, alright, 1839 ত Grand Trunk Road construct kora hoisile. Then during whose tenure the Grand Trunk Road was extended to Peshawar. So Lord Dalhousie time on a Grand Trunk Road to Peshawar. Itia jot Pakistan or ase, Peshawar currently Pakistan or ase. So titia dino Grand Trunk Road to Peshawar loke extend kori disile. Alright, Peshawar loke extend kori disile. Kar time on Lord Dalhousie time on. Okay. Next, where was Raja Ram Mohan Roy born? Ami hokole Raja Ram Mohan Roy nam hunisu. He was a social reformer. While talking about social reform movements, right, religious movements, political movements, the name of Raja Ram Mohan Roy cannot be gone, it cannot go unmentioned, right? So he was born in Burdwan, West Bengal, all right, he was born in Burdwan, West Bengal. Brahmo Samajar kotha kole Raja Ram Mohan Roy naam to ami mention koriboi lagibo. Next, in which year did the Christian missionaries establish a printing press at Sri Rampur Mission? So the British not only focused on spreading Western education in the country, they not only focused on constructing roads, constructing railways, right? They not only focused on transport and communication, but they also introduced printing press in India. So 1797 on Sri Rampur Mission on printing press introduced korisile Christian missionaries hokole, right? 1797 ot Christian missionaries hokole Sri Rampur Mission ot printing press introduced korisile. Next, name the two news magazines where derogatory remarks were made on Hinduism. So as a printing press introduced korisile Christian missionary hokole teoluke eniko kisman news magazines publish korisile, right? Christian missionaries hokole kisman news magazines publish korisile য'ত তেওঁলোকে খ্ৰীষ্টিয়ানিটিৰ কথা বহুত ভালকৈ লিখিছিলে, কিন্তু হিন্দুইজমৰ ওপৰত অকণমান বেয়াকৈ লিখিছিলে, অলপ বেয়াকৈ কৈছিলে, সেইটো হ'ল ডেৰগেটৰী ৰিমাৰ্কছ. চ' এনেকুৱা দুখন নিউজ পেপাৰ্ছ শ্ৰীৰামপুৰ মিছনত পাব্লিছ, মানে খ্ৰীষ্টিয়ান মিছনাৰীজসকলে পাব্লিছ কৰিছিলে, হিন্দুইজমৰ ওপৰত বেয়াকৈ কৈছিলে. কি আছিলে? দিগদৰ্শনা এণ্ড সমাচাৰ বন্দনা, অলৰাইট, দিগদৰ্শনা এণ্ড সমাচাৰ Darpana. Alright, the two news magazines where derogatory remarks were made on Hinduism are Digdarshana and Samachar Darpana. Who abolished sati permanently? So Raja Ram Mohan Roy bahut chesta korisile, right? He made many efforts, multiple efforts to abolish sati pratha, and their efforts, as a result of his efforts, Lord William Bentinck, he abolished sati permanently. Lord William Bentinck. Next, when was the Hindu College founded? Now the Hindu College was founded in the year 1817. Later Hindu College became Presidency College, and today this Presidency College is known as Presidency University. So Hindu College was founded in the year 1817. What is the Hindu College presently known as? Presidency University. Alright, Presidency University. Next, who founded the Young Bengal Association? Now, the Young Bengal Association was founded by Henry Vivian Desrosiers. He was inspired by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Alright, Henry Vivian Desrosiers founded the Young Bengal Association. Next, who founded The Arya Samaj. Now the Arya Samaj was founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Swami Dayanand Saraswati mainly stressed on the importance of the Vedas and the Upanishads, right? Since the British were focusing more on Western education, they were trying so hard to spread Western education. So these social reformers believed that we need to preserve our culture. If they go on continuing Western education, then our culture, then our tradition will be hampered, right? So social reformers like Swami Dayanand Saraswati, they stressed on the importance of the Vedas and the Upanishads, right? They wanted to preserve their culture, right? So Arya Samaj with this motive was founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Alright, next, who was the most important reformer of the Prarthana Samaj? Prarthana Samaj was founded by Keshav Chandra Sen, but one of the member of the Prarthana Samaj who is a very important reformer, Kunasal Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Alright, Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Next, name the two associations founded by Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Eta hol the Widow Remarriage Association, the Widow Remarriage Association, and antu hol the Deccan Society. Widow Remarriage Association, it mainly worked for the upliftment of the status of the women and to provide employment opportunities to the women. Women as in widows. So the Widow Remarriage Association to work for the upliftment of the status of the women, the widows, and also to provide employment opportunities for the widows, and to hold the Deccan Society. Alright, the Deccan Society. Next, whose teachings attracted Swami Vivekananda to become his disciple? Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. So Ramakrishna Paramhamsa बहुत influence কৰিছিলে, তেওঁৰ teachings, তেওঁৰ simplicity बहुत influence কৰিছিলে কাক? Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda. Next, where was the branch of the Theosophical Society established in India? Main branch to আছিল New York, USA. Main branch to আছিল New York, but India code established kora আছিল Adyar in Madras. Alright, Adyar in Madras. Next, who started the Central Hindu School? The Central Hindu School was started by Annie Besant. She was an Irish lady, but then later on she became Indian. Who started the Central Hindu School? Annie Besant. Who was the central figure of the Aligarh movement? Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Write about the Aligarh movement. Aligarh movement was basically a movement to bring about reforms among the Orthodox Muslims. This movement wanted to uplift the status of the Muslim women, right? They wanted to work towards the upliftment of the status of the Muslim women. The members of the movement, they also wanted to spread education among the women, right? And Sir Syed Ahmed Khane believe korisil ki ami reforms tetyahe anibo paru, ami society tetyahe reform koribo paru, ami amar manuhokolor majot tetyahe renovation reform anibo paru jetia ami education law, right? So he thought education is the most powerful or important weapon to bring about reformation in the society. Name the first newspaper published in India. The first newspaper published in India was Bengal Gazette. Okay, Bengal Gazette. Who imposed the Censorship Act 1799? Now, Prathamote British Hokale nije newspapers publish korisile, and those newspapers catered only to the needs of the British, right? Tar pisot Indians hokale realize korile je amiu newspapers publish koribo paru, jot ami eniko kisuman bostu likhibo paru, common manu hokale pohi inspired hobo aru patriotic ba nationalistic consciousness feeling to jagi uthibo. With this intention, they started publishing newspapers, and he motive to successful hoisilo, but then the British started becoming they became alert je enake jodi soli thake, then the people will start going against us. So they a censorship act was passed, okay, in 1799. Kune korisile? Lord Wellesley. Okay, Lord Wellesley. Now, who is known as the liberator of the Indian press? Lord Wellesley to 1799 censorship act pass korisile. Then ako Lord Hastings say a censorship act to abolish koridile, but then he also said that kisuman instructions or guidelines follow kore he itiar poras articles, newspapers publish kora hobo, right? Sensitive topics or you cannot publish publish sensitive topics. Any kind of topic that will be against the British government, such topics cannot be published. Okay, and then tar pisot Governor General Jun John Adam asile tekhete ako censorship act introduce korile. Tar pisot Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he pleaded the Calcutta High Court, he also pleaded the Governor General, right, to remove the censorship act, as a result of which the Governor General Charles Metcalfe, he removed the censorship act, and thus he came to be known as the liberator of the Indian press. Kun Charles Metcalfe. Okay, Metcalfe. Next, name two vernacular newspapers. Dukhon vernacular newspapers ki hobo pare, Kesari hobo pare, Hindu hobo pare, Amrita Bazar Patrika, right? When was the ill-famous Vernacular Press Act passed? Lord Lytton passed the ill-famous Vernacular Press Act in 1878. Ketia? 1878. Next, under whose initiative was the Indian National Congress formed? A.O. Hume by Allen Octavian Hume. Who was the first president of the Indian National Congress? Kun asile? Umesh Chandra Banerjee. Umesh Chandra Banerjee, he was a barrister. All right, Umesh Chandra Banerjee. Mention two incidents of 1905 that boosted the fighting spirit of the Indians. 1905 Bengal partition hoisile, so as a result of which the people were very dissatisfied, right? They started going against the British. Teoloke movement start korisil, Swadeshi movement start korisil. Hey, patriotic feeling, nationalistic feeling to jagi uthisil. Initially to Bengalot start hoisil, but slowly started spreading to the other parts of the country as well. So 1905 Bengal partition hoisile. Aru eta incident hoisile, ki hoisile? Japan, a small country, it defeated a large country like Russia. So the মানুহসকলে ভাবিলে ইমান সৰু দেশ এখন, ইমান ডাঙৰ দেশ এখনক যদি হোৱাব পাৰে, দেন আমি কিয় ব্ৰিটিছ সকলক ইয়াৰ পৰা আমাৰ ভাৰতৰ পৰা উলিয়াব নোৱাৰো। সো এনেকুৱা দুটা ইনসিডেন্টছে ইনস্পায়াৰ কৰিছিলে, বুষ্ট কৰিছিলে ফাইটিং স্পিৰিটছ অফ দি ইণ্ডিয়ানছ। Who was elected to the House of Commons on the ticket of the Liberal Party? Dadabhai Naoroji, right? Dadabhai Naoroji was elected to the House of Commons on the ticket of the Liberal Party. So with this I wind up today's lecture. Ami hunkale next lecture to loi ahim. Till then, thank you.